Hi my loves, welcome or welcome back to the Hummingbird Coven. My name is Azulaje and this is your 2023 Intuitive Oracle Guidance for my fire signs. That's my Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius placements. So if your sun, moon, rising, or north node or any personal planets are in the signs of Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, this reading is for you. I will be doing this reading in two parts. I'll have the overall message for my fire signs, and then I'll have your individual messages for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius in another video for you. So to get started, I actually want to start for you with your overall message that came through as I was meditating on your energy for the year, or more so it was a vision. I see your face lit up with joy and excitement. Your inner flame is shining bright and has been activated, and it shows on your face. It shows in the confidence and the strength you carry in your walk. Your head is up, your shoulders are back, your chest is open, your heart is open and proud. So that is the energy that I saw for you, my fire signs, for the year of 2023. I love that for you. I love that for us. I do have my rising in Sagittarius. Yeah, so that is your overall energy. So it's very positive. It's very happy. It's very optimistic. We do have Jupiter moving into the sign of Aries, or has moved into the sign of Aries as of December, I believe it was the 20th. And that will be a major theme as we move into the new year. So Jupiter being a planet of expansion, abundance, blessings, learning, teaching. This could be also like a spiritual teacher, or expanding your spiritual wisdom in some way, traveling to kind of broaden your horizons is Jupiter and Sagittarius energy. And moving into the sign of Aries, so moving into a sign that rules ourselves. Who are we? Kind of our roots in that way. Who are we? What do we desire? What do we want? How do we move towards it? It's a very initiatory energy. It's the first sign of the astrological new year, is Aries, that we have in mid to end of March into April. It's the beginning of our spring season. It's a cardinal sign. So this is, or can be potentially for you, an expansion in, I feel like also within our healing as well. We do have Chiron, who is transiting through Aries. Chiron is known as the wounded healer. Chiron was a healer and a teacher, who could heal others but wasn't able to heal themselves. So Chiron shows us that wound within us, that we have a hard time healing, but it shows us that it shows it to us, right? It brings it up to the surface so that we can acknowledge it and we can work towards finding ways, or maybe finding a teacher. For some of you, especially with this Jupiter energy, there may be a teacher coming into your lives, to support you in healing those more personal kind of aspects of yourself, parts of your identity. Identity wounds is definitely something that we have been healing as a collective, not just my fire signs. This is kind of a collective energy that we've all been experiencing, but especially as fire signs. And again, with Jupiter now transiting in Aries, we'll feel the blessings. For some of us, we're going to feel the blessings that are coming through from the hard work that we've put in terms of our personal healing work and healing those identity wounds, and really stepping into our authentic selves is something that's coming through. And for some of us also our individuality, and again, what do we want? What do we desire? What do we want to work towards? Who are we, and how do we express ourselves in that way, in the most authentic form? And then for others who are kind of now getting into that more personal healing work, Jupiter is helping to bring in those lessons. Jupiter is bringing those lessons to the surface, and again, maybe bringing in a spiritual teacher for you, or it could be like a therapist energy, a spiritual teacher, or even just an experience with I want to say an elder, but it doesn't necessarily have to be an elder. This is just someone who has an old and a wise soul is coming through to support you, potentially on this journey. So I hope that's making sense so far, my fire signs. I'm going to move into your moon messages. I'm going to move into your overall energy that's coming through, and then I will move into your moon messages and some clarifiers. So I've pulled from my karma cards, and all my decks will be posted in my description box down below if you are interested in any of them. But these are my karma cards and my celestial tarot that I'm working with first. So I've pulled for you your overall planet sign and house, as well as a clarifier, and then the overall energies for the feminine, the masculine, and the union energies, and clarifiers for those as well. And then I will be pulling for you your moon messages as we move through the seasons. So spring, summer, fall, and winter for 2023, and then I'll grab some clarifiers for you, and we'll close out the message, and then we'll close out the reading for today, and I will come back in another video for your personal messages, my Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So let us jump in, and I invite you to grab anything that you need. Grab any candles, any crystals, incense, some water, some tea, your notebook, a journal, your favorite pen. Get comfy, get cozy. Take a moment to take a deep breath and kind of settle in. Tune in to yourself and to your own higher wisdom, your own higher knowledge, your own inner knowing of this year that stands in front of us, this 7 universal year of, it is kind of an energy, I feel, of expansion, of moving forward in the direction of our destiny and the direction of our purpose, or moving forward with purpose, with passion, I feel like is the energy of this year. 7 is an energy for me that represents 2 things. I see it as a lightning bolt, and that kind of brings me to the tower energy. So sometimes it can come through as a kind of bolt, or kind of a lightning bolt. It can, if you're kind of sitting in a tower, if you're sitting potentially in your ego and not seeing things clearly, it can come in as a drastic shift, as a drastic change. That brings enlightenment, that kind of brings you back to the root, brings you back to the foundation, so that you can see how to rebuild in a healthier way. Again, if you were potentially moving out of ego in an unhealthy way, in a toxic way, it helps to bring clarity in that sense. So I do kind of feel like some people will be experiencing that this year. And then the other way that it comes through for me is kind of that lightning bolt almost turns into a ladder. There's an opportunity, there's a chance to, I just heard know better, do better. So when you know better, when you receive that enlightenment, you can now do better, and you can take the next step, is essentially that's what's coming through. So again, it comes through as a ladder for me. So it helps us go from one level of consciousness, or one level, if that's how you might want to look at it, and it gives us the opportunity to take the steps up until we reach that next level, is what's coming through. So hopefully that's making sense. But I do feel like we are leveling up. I do feel like we are expanding for the majority of us, and then for some of us, you might be it might feel as though you might be being kind of knocked down, or even knocked in, again, into your personal work, into your healing work, into your spiritual work. So again, I hope that's making sense for you. 7 is also a number of spiritual knowledge in that sense as well, spiritual enlightenment. So either way, that energy is coming through for all of us, I feel. So the overall planet that's coming through for you is the North Node, my fire signs. You also have Pisces as your sign, and the 8th house as your house. So the North Node in Pisces in your 8th house. Yeah, again, I do feel like this is a year of blessings for you. I do feel like this is a year of spiritual expansion. And that spiritual expansion, that healing work, it leads to major changes that come through in your life. So I'm going to read these cards for you. So at the top we have our action, and then the bottom we have the outcome with these cards. So have faith in your dreams as a life or death issue. Do not worry about your idealization of getting and using power. Now is the time to be part of something overwhelming and use other people's resources. Interesting. Okay, and the outcomes. There will be spirituality to ultimately experience personal power. Yeah, success from trusting your psychic knowledge of the mysteries of life. Benefit resulting from the indecision of or about a major change. Yeah, again, I feel like my fire signs, you're expanding this year spiritually. You're moving into a space where you're, I just heard you're trusting your magic is what's coming through. You're trusting your magic more. You're believing in your magic more. And so your magic is working for you a lot better is what's coming through. Your clarifier is Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this is definitely a year of personal growth, and reaping the rewards of that work that you've put into yourself, that hard work, that dedication that you've put into yourself. There's definitely going to be a time and a space this year for deep inner healing, for spiritual healing, for emotional healing. I'm also seeing. But again, that hard work is going to pay off. Is definitely going to pay off this year. I feel like if that healing work hasn't started already, I feel like it might be coming through during Pisces season, and it may commence during Virgo season, just the energies that are coming through. Also, Pisces and Virgo are opposites on the astrological wheel. So there's a duality that's coming through. There's a polarity that's coming through in terms of, I just heard self-sacrifice. Some of you might be sacrificing yourself, potentially your own dreams, was something that came through. Have faith in your dreams as a life or death issue. Yeah, do not sacrifice your dreams, because they're that important, is what I just heard. I don't want to cause fear. I don't want to fearmonger in any way, but it could potentially be a life or death issue. I feel like following your dreams, it gives you life, is more so what's coming through. And it is the image of the life that you want to create, that you want to build. After the Nine of Cups is the Nine of Pentacles is the Ten of Pentacles. It's building that foundation for family, for community, that's coming through, for abundance, wealth, in that way. I hope that's making sense so far, my fire signs. You also have Venus coming through with this Nine of Pentacles energy. So I do see a lot of self-love and self-care coming through as well. And again, this is going to be work, I feel like, in your spiritual world, more so than the outer world. I feel like this is more inner work, this is more spiritual work, this is more in your house, work that you're doing to heal and to change and to work your magic, again, is what's coming through, to create these major changes, to recognize and to feel that personal power. Feel confident in that personal power. Again, you're walking taller, you're walking prouder, you're more confident, you're lit up, you're light filled. I just heard you are light filled, and of course you are, my fire signs. You are light filled. But I do feel like it might kind of take some time to really get into that energy. I do feel like there is a season of that personal inner work where you really need to hold on to that faith and hold on to your dreams. Let me just see anything else that's coming through. Trust where you're going. Trust where you're being guided, I just heard. Trust that you will find success at the other end of it. And it is going to be a major change that's coming through. But it's for your benefit is what's coming through. It's for your benefit. It might feel overwhelming as well. Pisces energy can bring a sense of overwhelming energy, because spiritual power is a lot. It can be a lot to take on. And you feel it in your body. You feel as if you're being filled up with energy. It can feel kind of shaky, or feel like literally vibrational energy is moving through you at times. Is definitely with this Pentacles energy. Find your rituals and your tools, your resources to be able to ground yourself as you work through this energy, my fire signs. Yeah, you're moving through a cycle of personal growth, and you will see the success from it, but this is the year of working through that, I feel like. So again, I hope that makes sense so far. I'm going to pull for the Divine Feminine. You have the second house and the Fool. Uranus and the second house is Taurus energy. We do have Uranus currently moving or transiting through the sign of Taurus. I believe at the time that I'm filming this video, I believe that Uranus is retrograde, but it's kind of moving back and forth through direct and retrograde transits through the sign of Taurus, which again rules your second house. So this is a new beginning though in your finances is what's coming through. This is a new beginning. This might be a new job that's coming through. My Divine Feminines, this might be a new work opportunity. This might also be a new value system. I just heard a new value system. Possibly even a new belief system is what's coming through. Yeah, this is a new opportunity. This could also be Uranus and Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy rules technology, so this could be an online business that's coming through. This is very like entrepreneurial energy that's coming through for my Divine Feminines, but this is like a new venture. It's either a new venture or a new way of doing something. It's a new technology or a new idea, a new what's the word? Like kind of system. Like I heard systematic, but kind of like a way of doing things, a new method, a new way of doing things based on this new value system, I feel like. I feel like it might be up and down. It might feel up and down financially, but that's just Uranus's kind of energy. It's very erratic. It likes to surprise you. So depending on what this is and this change that you're making, I feel like this can bring a lot of abundance into your life, a lot of prosperity into your life. But it's dependent on you taking this leap of faith into this direction. This is the Fool's energy. The Fool, this is the beginning of a new cycle, but you have to be willing to make mistakes. You have to be willing to fall. You have to be willing to look foolish sometimes and know that you'll learn from those mistakes. And even if, especially when it's a business, it can feel stressful, it can feel overwhelming if your money is not coming in as it's meant to, but know that that's all part of the trial and error. I just heard And it's about the effort that you're putting in. It's that effort, it's that work, it's that consistency that you continue to put into this space that allows it to grow. That allows it to, again, Jupiter energy wants to bless you, right? So that it can allow for unexpected riches to come into your life, but it also depends on you being the most authentic version of yourself, right? What are your values as you go into this business? Is it just to make money, or is it something deeper? Is it a purpose? Is it a passion? Is it going to create change? Is also what I just heard. So I hope that's making sense for my feminines. For my masculine energies, you have Mercury. The planet of Mercury is coming through. And the Emperor. This is Aries energy. Hopefully you can see these cards. I just have my candlelight right now. And the sun is kind of going down. I don't know if you... Yeah, no, you can't see behind me. But it's a nice sunset out in the distance. Okay, masculine energy. So Mercury in Aries. It's interesting because Mercury is the ruling sign of Gemini. And then Mars is the ruling planet of Aries. We currently have, again, at the time of me filming this, Mars transiting retrograde in the sign of Mercury. So kind of the opposite energies of this. Masculines, I feel like you are learning to communicate as an emperor. You are aware that you are in this position. I feel like, divine masculine, you are aware now that you are in a position of power. You are in a position of leadership. And you're learning how to communicate what you want to create in this empire that you have built. You are learning to communicate how you want to move forward. Again, Aries energy coming through very strongly. Again, because Jupiter moving in the sign of Aries. So that will be a focus for us. And my other fire signs, don't feel left out. We all have Aries somewhere in our chart, right? The constellation of Aries was somewhere in the sky at the time that we were born. So you may have some Aries placements. You may have planets in the sign of Aries. You may have planets in the sign of Aries, or it might be in a specific house for you that might be being affected during this time, right? So if you have access, I definitely would recommend checking out your natal chart. I personally use either astrology, I believe it's astrology.com. I also use AstroSeek. It's astro.com is where I pull my chart. My personal chart, and then where I pull the charts for the collective is AstroSeek. I've also used Astro Cafe to pull my charts. So for your natal chart, you need your time and your place of birth, as well as the date, obviously. But definitely check that out, because Aries is definitely going to be a theme. And with it starting the year as well, again, that's going to set the tone for the new year. So be very aware of how you're communicating, masculines. Be aware of how you use your words. Know that your words are powerful is what's coming through. Again, there was an energy of you're believing in your own magic, right? And allows you to stand more proud, more confident as you move forward. It allows you to feel more motivated and more kind of able to go after your dreams and go after your goals, if that makes sense. Mercury does go through retrograde periods though, right? It will be going through one at the beginning of this year in January. I believe from December 30th to January, or even potentially the beginning of February. I'll double check that, and I'll probably make a post about that later on in this year. But yeah, Mercury does have its retrograde periods, right? So it's also about the Emperor needs to know when to take time to move forward and to move things forward in his empire, and also when to take time to slow down and to rethink some things, revisit some things, rewrite some things, reanalyze some things, right? Maybe allow other opinions, other voices to come in and to support how the Emperor makes decisions. This is about being logical in a situation, but also being thoughtful in a situation. Being thoughtful in how you communicate, now that you are aware that you are the Emperor. And so you are an influence to your society, to your community, to your home, right? So that's the masculine's energy coming through as you continue to be authentic and truthful and honest and pure of heart is also what I heard. As a masculine, you will see Jupiter's blessings this year, I feel like. Okay, and the union energy. The 11th house and the Empress. Okay, so first of all, we have all major arcana coming through. And then we have the Fool, the Emperor, and the Empress. So I also feel like this might be a new beginning for an Emperor and an Empress, or a couple this year. This might be someone coming in, partnerships coming into you, or this might be a new, so two messages. If you're already in a union, if you're already in a relationship, this is the feminine taking a leap of faith to the masculine, I feel like, or with the masculine, knowing that he has now stepped into his Emperor energy. And as you kind of come together within the union, the feminine can now be feminine, I feel like. There's an energy, like this is a freeing energy. So 11th house, ruled by Aquarius and Uranus. And then the Empress, this is Venus energy. And she's topless in this picture. There's a certain freedom, there's a certain nakedness. Again, this like heart open, chest up, head up, shoulders back. Because you're walking in your purpose together is what's coming through. So for some of you, this might be within yourself. For those of you going through this personal work. And especially if you are single at this time. Nine of Pentacles does speak of being single. Or just being independent. Again, you could be in a relationship, you could be in a marriage, and this is a new beginning in that space where you're able to balance the masculine and feminine energies within this union, within this relationship, or again within yourself if you're doing that personal work. I did just hear the feminine is the future. With this card. So we have, for humanity's sake, your hopes and wishes, and do it for the future. Yeah, I feel like, so for the masculine is balancing his energy with the feminine, and the divine feminine is taking a leap of faith in being able to trust that she can feel safe in her feminine energy again, because the masculine is balanced with her, if that makes sense. The masculine is no longer attacking her, or against her, or opposed her. We are now working together. Yeah, we're now working together. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay. So spring, summer, fall, winter for my fire signs. Allow me to receive a clear, easy, and accurate message. For spring 2023, what is the overall moon's message? Thank you for spring 2023. Leo energy coming through. Don't let pride get in your way. Yeah, again, remember I said some of you might be acting out of a place of ego, if that's the case, or out of a place of, I did say you're kind of walking proud, but this is, again, it's not fueled by the ego's identity. is what's coming through. This is your higher wisdom. This is your higher knowledge, your higher understanding of, I heard the role that you play, Leo's energy, the role that you play. Leo rules the 5th house, connected to like acting, drama, games, playfulness. So there's a message about the role that you play. Yeah, I feel like this energy is completing during this spring season. Again, I did mention this healing energy, this healing, this personal work that you're doing, this spiritual work that you're doing might begin in Pisces season, moving into Aries season. So that's winter into spring season. We also will have a full moon in Leo in February, I believe. Which is closer to the beginning of Pisces season. So again, it could be, or sorry, the end of Aquarius season, beginning of Pisces season, if I'm not mistaken. So again, around that time, I feel like that lightning bolt is kind of coming down to, there's an energy of kind of knock you off your high horse for a moment, because it's not rooted in a place of authenticity. It's rooted in a space of ego, and I feel like a space that was influenced by society or societal norms is also what's coming through. Let me pull the clarifier for you. Don't let pride get in your way. Springtime for my fire signs. Clarify this message, please. 2023. Clarify this full moon in Leo's energy. Don't let pride get in your way. Coming to see the clear message. Ooh, thank you, accurate message. Okay, you have 2 cards come out. I will take both. You have, yeah. I connect and I know. Bottom of the deck is the sun. Yeah. Again, you are, I was saying in the beginning of this video, fire signs, you are a light. And your light is shining brighter this year as well. This is also Leo energy. Again, the sun ruling Leo's energy. This is your self-expression. This is also your ego, your creativity, and your identity. Bottom of the deck, you have the full moon. Surrender to the divine. Yeah, surrender to this healing process. Surrender to also, for some of you, this is letting go of an old identity that you have kind of built up in this world so far. Because of society, because of what society demands of you, potentially, maybe certain friend groups or certain job descriptions or prescriptions, whatever the case scenario may be, has created this persona, this ego's identity that is not true to your authentic identity and your authentic self-expression is kind of what's coming through. So I do kind of feel like that's being broken down during the beginning of this year to be built back up in its truth. But it's going to take that hard work. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take commitment is what's coming through. But you know that this is what is best for you, and you know that this is how you are meant to, sorry, hopefully you can see this, how you are meant to connect to others in this new year. Leo is the opposite sign of Aquarius. We are in the age of Aquarius. So Aquarius is a very interesting energy. Again, so those are also polarities. So we talked about the Pisces, Virgo polarity and dynamic a little bit. And then you have the Aquarius and Leo polarity and dynamic. So with this being the age of Aquarius, again, this is the age of new ideas, of new technology. This is the age of technology, right? Aquarius energy also rules, again, the 11th house. This is groups, this is unions, this is associations, this is your circle of friends. This is getting in touch and kind of making yourself open to spaces, or being open to spaces, to new experiences where you meet people who have like minds with you, who have similar thoughts, similar ideas, similar kind of dreams, hopes and wishes for the future, hopes for humanity, something that they want to create, something that they want to make a change, right? So it's learning how to work with this union, right? With this, this could be, again, a partnership. This could be a union at work, potentially, for some of you. It's learning how to work within this kind of system. Again, this could also be a circle of friends for you, or a new group of friends who are more in alignment with who you are, in your authentic nature. Aquarius energy is also about being your most authentic self, your unique self. So that's kind of the polarity, because Leo's energy is that uniqueness, right? Leo's energy is that I'm the star, I'm the center of attention, I'm the lead in the play, right? I'm the king of the jungle type energy. And Aquarius energy is more, it's kind of about connection, but at the same time, there's a detachedness that comes with Aquarius energy. And even though Leo is a very center of attention energy, that star of the show would be nothing without the supporting characters, right? You wouldn't get the story, is kind of what's coming through, without the other people. So I was talking about the role that you play. It's knowing that you are a light on the path. I feel like there's also other lights, there's other kind of, I'm seeing like lamps on kind of like street lights. They're there to provide light in the darkness for us to feel like we can walk safely or drive safely and see where we're going. And each one of them is important, right? But there are more than one light on that path, on whatever street that you are. There's more than one street light. And all of them play their part. All of them play their role to support us in moving forward in our journey. In safety, right? In safety and protection, in guidance. It's that guiding light is kind of what's coming through. I hope this is making sense. But again, you have, so I'm going to talk about this house because it came through again. So 11th house has come through for the second time. So I connect, again, connected to Aquarius energy and Uranus energy, which came through as well for the feminine with this Fool's energy. This is the house of friendships, groups, and social activities where we are involved. It covers teams, friends, groups, society, technology, projects, and social media, as well as originality, eccentricity, social justice, rebellion, and humanitarianism. Yeah. Yeah, don't let your pride, don't let your ego get in the way of there's a few messages. And again, I feel like this came through as this way because this, for some of you, it's now that you've done the personal work, or for some of you that have been doing the personal work and are also receiving the blessings that Jupiter has to bring. Don't let your pride get in the way of the other people, the friendships, the social groups, the teams that you could be a part of. Still playing your role as your authentic self and being valued for the unique gifts and talents and abilities that you bring to the table, but be open to this teamwork energy is kind of what's coming through. And then for others of you, don't let your pride get in the way of knowing that you need to, for some of you need to move away, for some of you need to travel so that you can deal with this self-healing energy. Again, for some of you, you might need a therapist. For some of you, you just need a trip is what's coming through. but you know that this ego's identity is not the truest, most authentic version of yourself, right? So it's about letting that go so that you're able to open up to the healing, to open up to the expansion, again, the lessons that Jupiter wants to bring into you. This house is the house of higher wisdom, higher and elevated thought, as well as expansion. It covers long distance travel, foreign languages, inspiration, optimism, publication, higher education, spirituality, philosophy, religion, ideals, morals, and ethics. Yeah. Again, there's new morals, there are new values as you expand your understanding of yourself, I feel like, as relates to the community that you are a part of or the community that you are building. So that's springtime for you, my fire signs. What's coming through for the summertime? Summer 2023 for my fire sign. Summer 2023. Thank you. Let me just pull the rest of them. Let's get fall and winter. Let me get fall, please. Fall 2023 for my fire signs. Thank you. And winter 2023. And winter 2023. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, bottom of the deck, have faith in your dreams. So same message that came through at the beginning of the message. This way, right? No, this way. Have faith. Ooh, sorry. Is that the right way? No, this is the right way. Have faith in your dreams as a life or death issue. Have faith in your dreams as a life or death issue. Have faith in your dreams, my fire signs. That is the underlying moon message for you during this year. So whenever you see the waxing crescent moon, let that be a reminder to you to have faith in your dreams. Have faith in your growth. Have faith in your expansion is what's coming through. Have faith in your transformation. I'm seeing a butterfly in this picture. Have faith in your transformation. And have faith. There's also bees. 2 bumblebees. I heard blessings come in too. Have faith in the prosperity, the blessing again that's going to come from this hard work that you're doing. And let me pull your clarifiers real quick. For summer, thank you. Fall, thank you. And winter for my fire signs. Last card, please. Thank you. Bottom of the deck, yeah, Chiron, wounded healer. Again, Chiron sitting in the sign of Aries. It will at some point make a conjunction with Jupiter in the sign of Aries. So we'll really feel either the blessings or the lessons that Jupiter's bringing in relation to our personal growth, to our healing that we've done, to heal that identity wound. Okay, so you have, for the summer, my fire signs, you have full moon in Libra, a win-win outcome is forecast, and you have Uranus energy coming back through in the summertime. So I feel like this is balance, this is union coming through in the summertime. Innovation, discovery, individuality, and technology. Yeah, so again, for some of you, again, 2 messages kind of coming through. For those of you who are going into your healing work, there's a sense of inner balance and individuality that's coming through as you move into the summertime. There's a shift, there's a change that's coming through within you. There's an energy of, I just heard like the glass ceiling is being broken. This is kind of giving me broken glass behind here. So I'm seeing like you're kind of shattering old versions of yourself, old norms, old ideas, old expectations even. It's kind of what's coming through my fire signs. A win-win outcome is forecast. I feel like, again, you're also you need to make that choice, right? To do that healing work, or to continue your healing work. And that choice is what brings this major change, is what brings this shift. It's what brings this unexpected, this unexpected change within you, I feel like, is coming through. But there is balance, there is harmony, and there is support here. Again, there's some type of union that's also coming through for you. This might be a partnership, a romantic partnership. This could be a friendship, once again. Or it could be some type of team or like social group that's coming through in the summertime for you. In the fall, you are very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. So this is almost a full moon. We've had 2 full moons, and then we've had the gibbous moon, which is almost the full moon's energy, or moving towards a full moon's energy, and we have the square. So you're close to, very close to achieving your goal, but then we have the square. So square energy is kind of a challenging energy. It's a resistance, struggle, obstacles, but those obstacles lead to experience. It's gonna ask for you to put in effort, is what's coming through. Again, that hard work, that determination, that consistency is what brings these blessings to you. So when we get into the fall season, you might have to put in a little bit more effort, but know and have faith that you're close to achieving your goal. You're close to your dreams. Continue to have faith in your dreams. This is an opportunity for learning. This might be a space of conflict for you. This is an energy of, especially when it comes to kind of letting go of old versions of you that are not authentic to your truth. It can be like inner conflict. There can even be inner resistance to let go of some of those parts of you. It could also even be like some old friendships that you may have had, some old like habits, people that you've had around you that encourage you to kind of live a certain lifestyle that you know is not feeding you anymore. It's kind of what's coming through. So again, it might be other people, it might be just parts of you within yourself that you're kind of fighting within you, fighting to let go of, or even just fighting to balance, right? It might just be trying to balance out those energies so that you are able to express yourself in a more healthy and a more authentic way. This is an energy also of obsession and can bring problems as well. So just be aware again that you may face some challenges, some problems, some obstacles in this fall season, but trust and believe that you are close to achieving your goal. That extra push just means you're right there is kind of what's coming through, right? And especially as you move into your more authentic self, it's kind of an act of rebellion as well of societal norms. So society might even it might feel like society is kind of pushing back on you for expressing yourself in this way, right? Or like your society, your community even might be pushing back against you. So it'll be hard, and it can feel tough. It is definitely can be a struggle. It can feel overwhelming, as I mentioned, to fight through that, and it can be painful, especially if it's like moving away from potentially people who once were close to you, or maybe situations, job places that once were close to you, or just like habits. even the way that you speak. Again, masculine energy is being a lot more conscious, a lot more aware about the words that they're speaking, how they communicate. So it could also be in that sense, how do you communicate to yourself? How do you communicate to others? What communication are you willing to tolerate as well? So I hope that's making sense for you. My fire signs, the last message, the last energy coming through is new moon. So the first new moon is coming through in your winter season, new moon in Scorpio. So we will have our new moon in Scorpio in fall season, in around the middle of fall season, but you might feel it a little bit more during those winter months. My fire signs, work through your fears. And then we have Juno, sacred union. Again, so I do see some type of union, some type of partnership, some type of, again, new friendship or just new kind of community, new society coming through. And it can feel scary to express yourself in your authentic manner because potentially for some of you, like, well, for a lot of us, I can speak for myself at least, when you've expressed your true and authentic nature in the past, maybe in your childhood, again, Leo energy has come through. Leo ruling children. There may have been a time where you expressed your truth as a child and it was rejected. So you created a new character, a new persona, so that you could survive. And I'm getting kind of emotional as I say this, but so that you could survive in this society, so that you could survive maybe for some of you even in your own family, because parts of you weren't accepted. And this is releasing that persona that you had to create and stepping into your truth and trusting that you will be rewarded for doing so. It's gonna be scary because you may feel triggered, because some people might still reject that part of you. That honest and true and authentic part of you, some people might still reject it. So it might feel triggering and it'll be challenging and it might be a struggle, but trust and believe that the work that you're doing spiritually and emotionally to heal all aspects of yourself, particularly those that have come through your feminine, your masculine, and your inner child, it will be worth it. And you will find your people, you will find your person if you haven't already. And those relationships will reap rewards. You have to work through your fears though. You have to work through your fears. You have to work through those wounds. You have to have faith in your dreams. North Node coming through again at the bottom of the deck. This is your destiny. But it's also going to come with challenges. Wow. I hope that makes sense, my fire signs. I hope that is clear. I hope that is supportive to you. I hope that you can continue to have waxing crescent come through again. Sorry, I just need to check the top of the deck. But waxing crescent came through again. Inspiration, creativity, growth, accomplishments, and learning. I want to check the top of your moon messages. Yeah, full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. So the only new moon card that you had, its full moon energy, is at the top of the deck. So Scorpio energy coming through. You might be working with Scorpio energy. A Scorpio might be coming into your life. You might have this partner or this friend, or again kind of union energy that's coming through for you. It might be with someone who has strong Scorpio placements. This union could also be coming through around the time of Scorpio season. But it's not until winter season that you are really able to kind of release those fears and embrace the sacred union. And this is, it's a bit of a marriage energy, but it doesn't necessarily need to be marriage. It's more so just like a commitment, is coming through. A commitment to kind of walk this life together. Walk this journey together. Yeah, this year is going to bring some unexpected shifts, some unexpected changes for you, my fire signs, financially, within your job space, as well as within your community and your society. It's going to have your mind kind of going back and forth on some things. But have faith in your dreams, have faith in your truth and your authenticity. Have faith in the union and the balance of masculine and feminine energy within yourself and how that manifests around you as well. Know that you are protected, know that you are supported and guided. Know that the right teacher, the right master, the right spiritual guide even is coming through. Might be like an angel or an ascended master or some type of spirit guide, an orisha even, might come through for you to support you and to protect you during this transformation. Divine knows that at this time, as you go through this change, that you are vulnerable, and they are putting people into place to protect you while you go through this expansion. It's gonna be hard work, and it may feel overwhelming sometimes, but know that you will reap the rewards. Know that this is the new beginning that you have been waiting for. Know that these are the people, this is the community, this is the circle that you are meant to be a part of. Know that this is a space where you will feel valued, where you share common beliefs, common goals, and also where you're able to share resources to support and to help each other in your individual and in your collective journeys. This is your destiny, my fire signs this year. Again, I hope that makes sense. I hope that is clear to you. I hope that resonates. I hope this is supportive to you. As a message for the year of 2023. For my fire signs, again, I will be pulling your individual messages in another video, so make sure to look out for that. Other than that, you can find me on my Patreon page. You can find me on Instagram at 9_the Hummingbird Coven _6. Or the Hummingbird Coven on Patreon. You can find me on YouTube as well. I'm hoping to be a little bit more active on YouTube this year. And I hope that you have a blessed, a beautiful, a healing, a transformative year, my fire signs. I'll see you in my next one. Happy healing. Bye.